This is Shane, Hurricane Helms, inviting you to watch Rasslin Rage. That's Rasslin, Rasslin, Rage. And if not, what's up with that?
Oh! This is Rasslin Rage. This is Rasslin Rage. This is Rasslin Rage. Cody Fleming is the man who leads the brigade. This is Rasslin Rage. This is Rasslin Rage. This is Rasslin Rage. Cody Fleming is the man who leads the brigade.
And now it's time for Wrestling Rage with your host, Cody Fleming.
Yeah.
Yo, hello everybody. It is Cody, 1/3 or 33.333333% of Rasslin Rage and MI I am here tonight with none other than the Godfather of Michigan Independent Wrestling. That's correct, D.B.A. Make sure that you guys out there smash the thumbs up on this one. Share it. Do all those wonderful things. Scroll down in the description. Follow Xicw, the longest running promotion in Michigan with 21 years. Holy smokes, bro. That's a long time.
Yeah, we old enough to drink now.
We were talking about this on the show one night. I don't know if it was Rasslin Rage or MIW, but we were talking about it. I was like, so does that mean now everywhere they go, they can serve alcohol?
We got to get a liquor license under Xicw now since we old enough.
Yeah, there you go. That's good. Dude, 21 years. So give me a little bit of like how you started Xicw. How did it come about 21 years ago?
Well, I used to wrestle for my dad, Sweet Daddy Malcolm Monroe. We had a personal falling out, and I waited on the sideline. At the time when we fell out, I was his champion. And I waited on the sidelines for months, because he wouldn't use me after we had a personal issue. He wouldn't use me no more. So I waited on him to change his mind because my dad was very stubborn, and I waited and waited and waited, and he never hired me back. So me and my boy, Sean Smiley, me and my dad trained him as a referee. Me and him, I was still wrestling everywhere else, waiting on my dad. So one day me and Smiley was sitting down and we was like, hey man, we should start our own promotion. And at first I was like, no, we're not going to do that. I'm still going to wait on my dad. It's my dad. I know how he is. He's going to come around. I'm going to wait. So we waited, and we just kept thinking about it. Then finally, as we was waiting, I started putting stuff together just to wait. I was putting names of promotion together, what we was going to do and all of that. And 21 years later, here we are.
Well, for sure. So how did the Xicw name come up? Because now it's like iconic, right? So how did you brainstorm this, or was it just like it came to you, were you like Doc Brown and hit your head one day and here it is, Xicw?
No, funny story. Okay, my dad's promotion was Insane Championship Wrestling, right?
Okay.
So when I was trying to pick the name of my promotion, at that time, my dad and ECW, they had just started doing the hardcore stuff, and it started becoming popular. And I wanted my promotion to be hardcore or extreme. I wanted something like that. Okay. And I had like 5 or 6 names that I was tossing around. I can't remember because it was so long ago, but it was something like Hardcore Wrestling Federation or Hardcore Championship Wrestling. It wasn't Extreme Championship Wrestling because they had that at the time. Like it was some crazy stuff that I was throwing together. And then I was like, none of these really fit. So Levi Blue had asked me, what do you want your promotion to be like? What do you want the promotion? I said, I want it to be extreme and I want it to be intense. And there you go, Extreme Intense Championship Wrestling. But Remember, I said my dad's name was Insane Championship Wrestling. That's
Right.
ICW. So Levi was like, hey, Extreme Intense Championship Wrestling, that's XICW. You know what you're doing, right? I was like, what are you talking about? He was like, XICW, because I was using guys that used to work for my dad. They was about to come work for me, which was ICW. Now they're XICW.
Oh, damn.
So Levi was like, they're going to take that as you going after your father. I'm like, no, man, I just wanted to be extreme and intense.
So, and there was no ill will that way, right?
No, I never even thought of it that way until Levi Blue pointed it out to me.
Oh, damn. It's always him up to the evil things, you know? But so I remember I had an interview with another promoter a while back, but you know, Rude Boy, and
Yeah.
you guys go way back. And I remember him talking about how you went through times where people weren't showing up, and it was a long time ago. And instead of canceling the shows, you still had the shows. And those dividends paid off later on down. He said when other people were canceling shows and not doing their thing, you kept going. Is that one of the things that makes XICW what it is today? That I don't know what you just keep going forward, or because obviously that's how the shows are run too, because each match is better than the next.
Yeah, it takes a lot of thought process into running XICW. It was a time when we was going to shut down. When people was canceling shows, I can really understand that, because it was a time when we was going to shut down. I remember having a meeting in the locker room telling the boys, you know, we might not be around for a while. This was years ago.
Right.
You know, when overtime and shit was cut at my shoot job, and you know, money wasn't there. So it was times we was going to quit, but I ran every month. I figured a way out to run.
Well, that's...
I even had promoters calling police on me and said XICW was ran by drug money.
well, that's nice of them. I mean,
it was a rival promoter that did that. Said XICW was ran on drug money. I'm like, motherfucker, XICW was ran on postal money.
Well, damn, dude, that's the kind of environment there is, though, right? I mean, because, I mean, I don't know. Sometimes it gets pretty gritty out there, right? You know what I mean? I mean, you've been in the business for 21 years. There's been some slimy shit that's happened in 21 years.
Oh yeah, man, it shit been going on since the beginning of time. You know, it's just evolves, and it's just new shit. Old shit revolved into new shit.
Right. Absolutely. What has been one of the, what would you consider, what's been like one of the greatest obstacles for XICW as a promotion in general?
One of the biggest obstacles. I don't know, man. I really can't think of anything offhand. The biggest obstacle, besides the getting ready to go out of business because we didn't have the money.
Right.
You know what we was doing, because because like when me and Sean Smiley started, we was putting everything in 50-50, and then after 2 shows, you know, he couldn't handle it no more, and that left me by myself. You know, so
right.
I mean, that's probably the biggest obstacle, when my partner left me after 2 shows of building something. But I can say Brian Gorey stepped in right after that, and he helped me out.
Oh, that's good. So it's safe to say that Brian Gorey saved XI?
No. XI.
Okay, all right, we'll go there.
All right. XI would have still survived without Brian Gorey. It's just he came in and helped out.
Okay,
because
all right.
At the time he was doing the videos, Stranglemania or whatever for ICP or whatever.
Right.
So he had wrestling knowledge under his belt, and so we just became brothers and started working together, and it was great. So no, we would still survive. We still would have been 21 years.
Right on.
We're on 22, but
nice on. That's a long freaking time. I can't. That just blows my mind. But you know, we talk about 21 years. You had a 21 anniversary event in Standish, and you faced off against Tommy Vendetta, right? You know, who is the Extreme Intense champion. You're the Proving Ground champion. And you two had a tables match. And I don't know exactly what happened. However, now we are going to see a match between you two for your Proving Ground title, right? In Standish?
Yeah, well, I don't know. We might have to put that on hold. We having a couple of problems up in Standish, you know.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so we might have to put that on hold for right now. But I mean, Tommy Vendetta is up and coming young guy, and he reminds me of a young D.B.A. back in the day. You know, I did all that crazy stuff, and you know, and I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I feel I'm at the end of my career, you know, and I feel that I have a lot to prove to myself and to prove to everybody else. And stepping in the ring with guys that remind me of me, like Tommy Vendetta, you know, guys like that, it brings the best out of me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that belt that Tommy Vendetta holds, a lot of people don't know it. And I just pointed it out this past weekend. I am the person that made that belt. That belt was unified. A lot of people don't know that. That belt was an extreme title, and it was an intense title. I was the extreme champion, and Don Montoya was the intense champion. And we had a match, and the belts was converted into one belt. So I was the first person to hold that belt. So anytime I can get a shot at that belt, I'm gonna take it.
Nice. That's an awesome little story. I like that, man. You know, it's you two go at it and you talk about this match. The first thing you guys do is you get the staple gun out and get money. Now, I have to ask, I have never had a staple injected into my forehead or anywhere in my body for that matter. Can you give me a description of exactly how a staple feels when it's being inserted into your forehead, sir?
Well, mine was not in my forehead. Tommy Vendetta, our next match, I'm gonna kick your fucking ass. Those felt like they was indented in my brain. Yeah. Those were not in my forehead. They was on the top up here. And it was so damn hard to get out that it felt like brain matter squished out the hole when I pulled the damn staple out.
Oh man. That's wow, there's some people in the let's see here. There's a lot of questions in the chat. Holy shnikes. Hold on a minute. Here, let's go.
Like D.B.A.?
What? Yeah, yes, they do. Let's see here. I wonder what D.B.A. considers the biggest match in Xicw history.
The biggest match?
Yeah, in Xicw history.
In history. Off the top of my head, I can think of, I don't know if it's the top, but to me, I would consider it the top because it was Rhino defending the Midwest title against Matt Hardy once he got out of WWF. Nice. And at the Hot Rock, and we packed that motherfucker all the way to the back with almost 500 people in that little bitty ass bar.
It's a lot of people in that little bar.
We had to pack them all the way to like where the front of the bar is at.
Yeah.
We had to pack back there where they couldn't even see.
That's nuts, dude.
So to me, that was the biggest match. That one and Rhino versus Samoa Joe at the Imperial House.
Oh, listen, there's a good one. Holy snikes. So who is Xicw's upcoming rookie? Ooh, there's many of them, but
it's a lot of upcoming rookies. I don't know. I can't think of one off the top of my head.
There's so many. There's so many right now. House of Truth turning them out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. House of Truth is putting some banger students out now. Yeah. So I can't pick just one because I don't want the rest of them to get mad if I forget them. So I can't. Wow.
You know, speaking of rookies, you know I'm gonna have to ask you this question, man. You know I got to do it. You know, Proving Ground, right? Like, so we talked about the Hot Rocks. That building's gone. It's gone, right? So, what's going on? Is there a team of Xicw street team people looking for a venue to get Proving Ground on, or do we have any information?
Yeah. We looking. We're in the process of looking at some buildings. We're getting a lot of contacts, like on the other side of the state, down south, down river, on the east, on the north, but I want to find somewhere that's close to home.
Right.
And Warren was home, Warren, Michigan, Hot Rocks, that was home. So I want to find somewhere on that side of town. We got a couple of prospects right now. It's just that I'm be so busy with work and XI. I don't really have time to look at buildings and stuff. So, but we're working on it right now.
All right. That's what I like to hear, my friend. Oh, dude. So, speaking of, there's a lot of people out there that know what Proving Ground is. And then part of Proving Ground is Wrestling with the Vet, which was it the first or the second one you won?
I won both, first and second.
See, look at that. I come out looking golden there either way. But so you won the first and second one. And there's a lot of not only history, but a lot of clout. I don't know the proper word to use here with Wrestling with the Vet, because things happen to people's careers after they win Wrestling with the Vet. Some people change for the better and their career excels. Like, there's a guy in Impact right now who just happens to be an X Division champion, who was also was your rookie, was he not?
Yeah, my nephew, Trey McGill, season 2. Yeah, we ran house season 2, me and Trey McGill. Yeah. He was the number 1 pick. I picked him. I got to pick the rookie, and he was my first pick.
And now here he is off the X Division championship, right? Nice. Gotta love that, dude.
I'm so proud of him, bro. I'm proud of him.
When you see these guys that you've worked with and that you've wrestled in the ring and stuff like that, and you see them go on and do these big things, how's that make you feel inside? Do you feel like you're proud, or?
I mean, man, I don't want to toot my own horn, but that makes me feel that I got an eye for talent.
Okay.
Just like my dad and just like A.T. Huck, growing up watching them book shows and promote shows, they had an eye for talent. They discovered the Edges, Christians, Rhinos, Tess, God rest his soul. They discovered Joey Legend. A lot of people went on to higher, bigger careers. Right. And I want to do that as a promoter and a booker, to follow in my dad's footsteps and A.T. Huck. And I feel I did that, the Alex Shelleys, the Chris Sabins, I'm not saying I made them. I'm just saying I feel that I got an eye for talent.
Understandable. I can understand that totally, for sure. So going forward, we know, you said we're going to have to Standish, but hey, it is what it is. And we're looking at venues for Proving Ground. And there's been this talk of the tour, like it's like going out and doing things. Xicw has been other places outside of their normal realm. You were very close to my home not too long ago in Marine City. Excellent show though. I brought my little one to that one. He loved it. I bring him to Standish too. He likes it. Any other ventures in the works to going on the road?
Like I told you, we have been getting calls and emails from all over the state that people want XI. Buildings. I mean, people even want us to throw house parties for them. So I mean, we got a lot of offers out there right now. I mean, we're not just gonna say, yeah, let's do it just to run. Yeah, right for us. And we will be returning to Marine City the 3rd week in August.
Yeah, see, that's close to home. I love it. Great stuff. Hot Rocks out the door. We hopefully get a new place soon for Proving Ground. The last event we had a lot of new champions. We got a new United States champion. We got a new lightweight champion. That's pretty stellar. Alex Weir is now a 2-time lightweight champion. How the hell did that happen?
I have no idea. I was behind the curtain watching the match, and it was a great match, and I'm proud of Alex.
Right. Holy shit. Right. But then now you got Mongo is the United States champion.
Yeah, Mongo, he's been tearing it up the past couple of months. You know,
Yeah, he is.
Before that, he's been having a rough patch, you know, been getting injured and everything. But as of late, he's on the road, just like a couple of other people has been on the road, you know.
Yeah.
Black Sheep, Justin Dream, he's been on the road lately, you know. It's just been a couple of guys on the road, and it's gonna be a good year for us. 2022, we're gonna have fun with Xicw.
Absolutely. I look forward to it. I really do. I really enjoy XI, and I know everybody else that shows up to the events does as well. That 21 anniversary was pretty special because, you know, there was a lot of cool stuff that happened there. But Jason Hotch versus MM3, Alex versus Adam Wick, both great matches. Man, I got to tell you, good stuff there. And then, of course, the tables match. Do you like going through tables?
And I don't like none of that shit. I like to beat up people.
Why do you agree to this shit then?
I don't know, man. I guess I'm just goofy.
Does it sound? Is it like when you go to the buffet and you see like the really good shit and you're like, man, I'm gonna have all this, and you get like 2-3 plates and then you don't eat it all?
Yeah, that's how it is.
Yeah, you know, and you're like,
I didn't know it was gonna be that many tables. When they say tables, Matt, you think it'll be like 1, 2, 3 tables at the most.
right?
But man, it had to be about what, 15, 20 tables up
Yeah,
there?
dude.
And I put him through 3 of them, and I still couldn't keep his ass down.
I think there was one that wouldn't break. I'm not even sure.
Oh, the one against the wall.
Yeah, dude.
That one.
Yeah. Hey, Tommy Vendetta's in the chat, by the way.
Here we go. Watch you start talking shit like he the big man on campus.
So there's a rumor, apparently, and this isn't coming from Tommy Vendetta. There's a rumor that Xicw will be at the Diesel.
That is false.
That's a false.
I haven't even discussed anything Xicw with Diesel. So where that came from is false.
False. See? You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. All the rumors are false, whatever rumor this is. I didn't even hear that rumor, but somebody put it in the chat. It would be Danny Beals, by the way. And then, so Tommy Vendetta, how are you, sir? Welcome to the chat. We've talked about this match between you two. And, you know, you guys have had a little bit of a feud going lately because you guys faced off before at the Hot Rocks. Mm-hmm. And now here this time in a tables match, and soon a third match. Why are you two? I mean, you've talked about you want to get in the ring with him, but is there a reason? I mean, other than the fact that he's a psychopath?
I mean, psychopath versus dangerous. So.
Yeah. How did you get the name the most dangerous man in Michigan? I mean, obviously, besides the fact that you possibly will stab somebody, but I mean, other than that.
Yeah, besides a couple of stabbings and no, actually, my name was just D.B.A. And like I said, when I was younger, I used to do dumb shit when I did the hardcore extreme shit. And one of the guys was announcing for my dad or commentating. And he was like, oh, man, he's the dangerous one. And it's stuck ever since then, the dangerous one, D.B.A. And then I just ran with it.
And then it manifested.
I changed it to the most dangerous man. How did that get changed to that? Because it started off the dangerous one. I think A.T. Huck changed it to the most dangerous man in Michigan.
Well, it's got a nice touch to it, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking forward to getting...
If Huck didn't, I'm sorry, I'm giving him credit for somebody else's shit. So if you're on here and you came up with the most dangerous man in Michigan, I apologize. Don't fuck me up.
People, if one guy says he stabs people, Cody, That's funny. But he says, thank you for setting that straight. Yeah, much appreciated there, guys. Well, I want to say thank you to everybody in the chat for your questions. And I want to say also thank you for, joining us tonight live. Did you know that this episode will be available soon on Podbean? So you can check it out on over there. If you go down in the description, you can find a link to Podbean. Podbean is where we host our content, but you can also find it anywhere, and I mean anywhere you listen to your podcasts, like Amazon, what is it? I forget. Pandora, that's it. Pandora, Spotify, iHeart. Yeah, we're everywhere. Anyway, so you can check it out there too. Oh, so somebody's asked about the flaming elbow. Where did the flaming elbow come from? I know I asked you this before, but how did we get the flaming elbow?
Flaming elbow. Now, when my dad used to wrestle, he used to do the elbow drop from like the corner or the second row. He used to do a running elbow drop. So we were sitting around talking one day, and I was like, "Hey, my dad, I want to do I was like, you know how you do the elbow out the corner? I want to climb to the top rope and do the flaming elbow." He was like, "What? You want to set yourself on fire?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "So you saying you're going to light your elbow and then jump on the guy?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Man, you crazy." That's how the flaming elbow came up.
Right. Now, I remember one of the times that you were on previously, I asked you about it, and you said it hurts. It burns the shit out of you.
Yeah, it does.
So, but the crowd loves it. And then, so you keep doing
it. Some pictures where my forearm is on fire?
Yeah, I have. I've taken video.
Yeah, it hurts.
Right. Another good question here before is it says, how does he feel about being called the Godfather?
I'm honored and I'm humbled by it. It just happened recently, so I'm actually just getting used to it.
Right.
Like I said, I'm honored and humbled by it, and I appreciate people for it, because that shows that all the hard work that I done put in over the years is appreciated, and I'm the fucking Godfather. That's why.
Yeah, I love it. That's awesome. Yeah, that's great. Great. I mean, come on, dude. I mean, whatever. It is what it is. I think it's cool.
Man, nobody never would think in a million years that my black ass would last this long in wrestling. I didn't supposed to last this long in life. I wasn't supposed to last this long at shit. I was supposed to be a nobody. I was supposed to be nothing. I was supposed to be a fucking dead 18-year-old motherfucker. And what I have accomplished now in my life, I'm fucking proud of. And nobody can take that away from me. Nobody.
Absolutely. That's awesome, man. When you say nobody wanted to see you succeed, are you talking just in general or in wrestling?
In general, in life,
Okay.
Growing up in whenever I grew up, it was hard,
Right.
70s and 80s, early 90s, it was fucking hard. And I wasn't supposed to live,
Right.
and to see how far I have come, it's just like when I went in the military, my dad didn't even think I was going to last one day in the military. And I stayed 3 years to prove him wrong.
Right.
My dad never told me he was proud of me before he died. I never knew if he was proud of me of wrestling or Xicw, of anything. And that kind of gets me going to keep me motivated, that I never heard it from him. People tell me, yeah, your dad was proud of you, but I never heard it from him.
Right.
So that's what makes me do all the things that I do for Xicw. Is my dad.
Nice. So he kind of motivates you all the time.
Yeah.
So it's safe to say that he's always there.
Oh yeah. Oh hell yeah. He's always there.
That's awesome, man. I mean, this is shit we don't ever hear. This is shit. It's like, I mean, we know about Sweet Daddy Malcolm Monroe, but we don't know that. That's a good take. I know that there's been a couple times where, like, for when we do the memorial show, or it's your Sweet Daddy Malcolm Monroe and the Sheik memorial show, and you guys do the battle royal, and you've come out in your dad's gear, right?
Yeah.
What's that like for you to do something like that, considering, like what we just discussed?
Well, it's an honor to him. I mean, he got some big fucking feet, I tell you that. Them fucking furry ass boots, man. I could barely walk in them motherfuckers, man. But it just brings back, like, the last time I did it, I had his old manager. Right. I did the same mannerisms that my dad had when he had his hands on the manager's shoulder and grabbed the ass before he went out to the ring. I did the same thing that my dad did, and it felt really good to actually, like, I stepped in my dad's footsteps for a second.
Yeah.
And it's an honor to wear his cape and to wear his boots. I just can't wear his trunks because he was way bigger than me.
Right.
He was 300 pounds. So
right.
It's an honor to wear his boots in his cape.
Right. That's awesome, man. Somebody in the chat here is one, Rebecca. She says, real talk, and so many appreciate you, D.B.A. Thank you for everything you do for XI and all the fans.
Thank you, Rebecca. I appreciate you.
For sure. Yeah, Xicw, if you guys don't know, at Proving Ground, Wrestling with the Vet, they do the fan interactive raffles, right? You get raffle tickets, and there's 3 options that you can do. You can be, you get to be a manager for a match, you can book a match, and you can be an announcer for a match, which is really interesting. There's no other promotion that I know of here that does that. I think that's really awesome because I know a kid personally, Quentin, who is like aspired now to want. Every time he walks into XI, he wants to walk over there and ring announce. I think that's awesome because now it's kind of inspired the younger generation to be involved in wrestling, whether it be actually wrestling or be it part of the show, right? Being part of the event, because everybody is part of the event, right? To the play-by-play commentators or whoever. So I think that's pretty interesting. And is that something you guys came up with when you were thinking about Wrestling with the Vet Proving Ground?
Yeah, we came up with Proving Ground. We wanted it to be the most fan interaction promotion around. Mm-hmm. And that was the whole thing. We had to think of things that didn't kill the business, to let fans be involved in. Yeah. I can see people always wanted to, hey, I kind of want to manage that guy. Hey, and you had these armchair bookers out here. Hey, I want to book this match and book that match. At Proving Ground, you get to look at the roster and you can book the match if you win the raffle.
Right. That's we've seen a couple great matches and I believe there was one that ended up in a title change one time. I think it was tag titles. I can't remember at a Proving Ground.
Yeah, it was. The fan booked a tag team against, I think it was Adam and Jack.
Yeah.
Adam and Jack Price and Adam Wick against
Aaron O'Ryan
and Dickie Watt.
Yeah, that's what it was. See, I might not have all the memory, but I'm almost there. Yeah.
That's why I can't wait till Proving Ground comes back, man. That's why I'm about to. This interview has inspired me to get my black ass up and go get a fucking building.
There you go. Yeah, you're welcome, guys. Everybody, you're welcome.
Proving Ground to come back, bro, because that's my baby. Proving Ground is my baby.
Oh, we love Proving Ground, man. I love Xicw, but I also love Proving Ground, and I loved what a lot of guys always ask me with my show, like, because a lot of times I don't have a lot of the veterans on, you know what I'm saying? I have a lot of the newer talent on, and it's not because some of them I just don't know that well, you know what I mean? But the younger guys, they got to get some experience, and I like talking to them and finding out what makes them tick. And you also are a big fan of opportunity, and that's what Proving Ground is opportunity, right? I mean, let's be honest. Proving Ground is opportunity for guys that don't necessarily have a lot of experience, not only in XICW, but in wrestling, right? Because there's a lot of these guys that, in this season especially, that are actual rookies, right? You know, they go 6-7 months in the business.
Yeah, it is. But like a couple of seasons ago, like Drake Jacobs, I didn't know who Drake Jacobs was. He's
Right.
from the other side of the state. I never seen him wrestle. I think somebody recommended him for wrestling with a vet. And he made it to the semifinals with Movado in the first season. He made it to the semifinals. Now look at Drake Jacobs in his XICW career.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Same way. We knew nothing about Mongo. Mongo just started showing up to XICW. We finally gave him a shot. Now look at him. He's the fucking United States champion. So, yeah, XICW and Proving Ground do give opportunities.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and that's one of the things, like, one of the stories I like about XICW, and a lot of people, I don't know who knows it or whatever, but I know it, and I know Dan and Josh knows it, but it's the Grays, the Gray Wolves. All right, you know, these guys come to your promotion and they start out from the very bottom with no training whatsoever, just security, ring crew, and go get trained, and then are finally, you know, having matches at XICW. They worked their tail off to get to that point. And then now they're part of Proving Ground as well. So that story to me is awesome. Like, you could make a fucking series out of that, dude. You know what I'm saying? You know, they got that new series on Stars or whatever. We could make a series out of that, bro. Seriously.
Yeah. Proving Ground deserves its own damn TV slot. Mm-hmm. Reality TV.
Absolutely. I love that idea. I'll take no credit for it.
You know, the fans get to be managers and all of the good stuff, man. You know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, who else does that?
Right. You know, I thank you so much, man, for joining me again for the third or fourth time now. It's always a pleasure having you on the show. I was unable to really talk to you too much after Standish, but, you know, we fist bump and, you know, stuff like that. So thank you for coming on and being a major supporter of the show. We do appreciate that for sure. It's always a pleasure, sir.
Oh, man, thank you for having me, man. You know, I got 25 years of stories in this, and I can't get it all off in one episode. So you got to have me on here 1, 2, 3, 4 times.
Right, yeah. Right. Well, and I got to get...
No, bro, I really do. Thank you.
Oh, yes, absolutely. I know I've been talking with Jamie Cox a little bit. We had him on one time, and we didn't even hit I think we hit about the middle of his career. We didn't get all the way through it. So I got to get him back on again. And we're going to finish up talking about Jamie Cox's career, and, you know, like, because he was there for 21 years. He was there with Eddie Venom, you know, as part of the Fun Loving Criminals, taking on Dre Jacobs and TJ Meyer. You know, speaking of, you know, here we go. I mean, we're talking some wrestling. What's your thoughts on TJ Meyer turning on Dre Jacobs?
Man, I don't know what's going on with TJ, man. He got a little fire underneath him since he took a couple of months off. But yeah, I like that. That's good, though. That's something he might need.
A lot of fire. Fire. Another guy from Proving Ground, you know? Yeah. So, all right, everybody, thank you so much. Again, remember, down in the description, you can follow XICW. You can also follow Rasslin Rage, MIW, and all that wonderful stuff. You can also buy Rasslin Rage t-shirts on ProWrestlingTees.com, or you can see me at wherever I'm at, because I usually have them with me, which is pretty awesome. So, again, thank you, D.B.A. We look forward to seeing you again at any XICW event coming up. And, again, thank you, and remember to subscribe if you haven't already, everybody. D.B.A., have yourself a wonderful night, sir.
Thank you, bro. I want to thank you and Rasslin Rage for everything y'all do for the wrestling community in Michigan, bro. I want to thank everybody that listened in tonight. I'm honored and humbled once again for y'all listening tonight. Thanks a lot. Appreciate y'all.
All right, everybody. We'll see you later.
It's going down. This is Rasslin Rage. Going down. This is Rasslin Rage. Scream it out loud. This is Rasslin Rage. Cody Fleming is the man who leads the brigade. It's going down. This is Rasslin Rage.